We have one last optimization to talk about, and that's creating a distributed cache. So what this is, it's used to cache files, things like text files, archives, jar files, that are needed to run applications or jobs. How you use this is you include the path to the file via a URL in the job configuration or job comp settings, and the paths can be to a location on the HDFS file system or on HTTP. The files will be copied to each data node on each job execution for the mappers and are often used in scenarios like lookups. This is found in this library, org.apache.hadoop.mapreduce.filecache.distributedcache. Now, let me take this example a little bit further. Let's say you are using a lookup as part of a map job, maybe something like a business identification code, and then you wanted the name of the business to be output in the key value pairs, and you had a master data file that identified all your businesses or all your customers by number. So that would be a common scenario for this. Now, we've reached the end of our tour of MapReduce job optimization for MapReduce 1. Add more nodes. Again, you want to go with the low-hanging fruit first. You use MapReduce and Hadoop because it's highly distributed and highly scalable. And if you think about it, although you can tune almost any knob or widget in the MapReduce algorithm chain, it sometimes takes a substantial, large amount of time to understand how to tune it properly. And it's just cheaper and faster to go buy more nodes. Now, that being said, that isn't always the answer. I generally start with more nodes, and then I will continue to profile to see where the bottlenecks are occurring. Sometimes it can be kind of a Band-Aid solution. Just like I said, go up on the cloud with some of the loads so you can get more nodes on the cloud and then come back down and see what's causing issues in your cluster. And you'll notice we talked about all kinds of different optimization. We talked about physical optimization on your cluster configuration settings, and optimization before you run your MapReduce job, after you run your MapReduce job, and then within it. There are really many, many places to go. How do you know where's the right place? Instrumentation, logging, and management. So it really is important as part of any enterprise implementation of MapReduce that you have a plan and a set of tools that will allow you to easily manage and monitor Hadoop. This is something that I hear all the time from an architectural perspective. It works in the development environment. I go to production and it just blows up all the time. This is particularly the case with Hadoop because the scale we're working with here is very different than the scale of relational databases. Something where you have a really small amount of data is going to be running substantially differently on a local machine than it will on a 100-node cluster. So you want to invest not only in tools, but you want to invest in load testing. It's really, really important when you're moving into production situations that you spend the time before you move a solution into production testing with production level load. And again, my big tip here is to use the cloud because it can be a lot cheaper to spin up temporary clusters with large amounts of data on the cloud, figure out what you need to tune, then come back and fix it locally before you deploy.